Hello, it's Tuesday the 19th of February, and in this video I'm going to look at the latest EuroMillions result. I'm going to analyse it and I'm going to see if I can make any predictions for tonight's draw. The jackpot is 153 million, and these are the winning numbers from the last draw, and this is my analysis of those numbers, showing all the coincidences. So you can see first of all that number 27 was the most overdue and most overdue for its frequency to occur with machine 2, and 27 came out, and it just so happens that 34 was most overdue for its frequency to occur with 27 and machine 2. And so when we look at 34, that points back to 27 in exactly the same way. So those two numbers were most overdue for the frequencies with each other and machine 2. And 34 also points to star number 2, and since the star numbers went up to 12, that's with machine 2 and also with all machines. So when we look at star number 2, see that pointed to star number 10 with machine 2, and machine 2 pointed to star number 10 as the most frequent number with machine 2, looking at the full draw history. So 2 and 10 most overdue for the frequencies with each other, recent history, machine 2. And so 34, 27, 10 and 30, and star number 10 and star number 2, they all pointed to each other, so those numbers could have been predicted. The other numbers that came out, they pointed back to the star numbers, and 38 pointed to 27 as well. So those are all the coincidences from the most recent draw. So we can look at any draw. So if we look at the one before that, then we get these coincidences. And if we look at the one before that, then we get these coincidences. Sorry that it's a bit slow. So let's go back to the most recent draw. So now I'm going to show you what this looks like on a chart. For example, this relationship between 34 and 27 and machine 2 in draw 1190. So I'm going to have a look at that on this chart. So this is what the chart looks like now, and the most recent result is at the bottom. The numbers are spread out according to the frequencies, and the further up they are on the chart, that's counting backwards through the draws. So the most recent draw is at the bottom, and the oldest draw is the top one. So you can see how long it is since each of these numbers was last drawn. And the number that interests me the most on this chart is 44, because if you measure the frequency and how long it is since it's been drawn, and multiply those two numbers together to get this area. Then out of all the numbers on the chart, 44 is the one with the biggest area, so that means that it is the most overdue for its frequency. Now, in the draw before the last one, the chart ended up looking like this, and this is for machine 2, and when we narrow it down to number 27, which was most overdue and most overdue for its frequency, we find that 34 was most overdue for its frequency to occur with 27. When we look at 34, there's 27 most overdue for its frequency to occur with 34. And what that means is, if we measure the area again, it's the one with the biggest area on that chart. So what that tells me is, now that 27's come out, it now looks like this, and the number that stands out the most now is 47, and I believe that 47 is the most overdue. I'm looking at the main chart for all machines, so 47 stands out with machine 2, and it also stands out on the main chart. And if we look at the recent history, we see this month they're using machine 2 set of balls 9. I know that on here it says machine 11, but I call it machine 2 because there are only 3 machines ever used, and those are machine 1, machine 3 and machine 11. So to make things simple, I just call machine 11 machine 2. If they ever do a machine 2, I will obviously change that back to 11 and replace it with another one for machine 2. So this chart is completely flexible, this spreadsheet is totally flexible. You see I added set of balls 9 because they suddenly started using set of balls 9, so it goes 1 to 5 and a 9. Really that should say machine 11, so I'm going to change that, but obviously wherever it says machine 2 in any of the code, I will have to go through it all and change all of that. So that's why I've left it as it is, because I just can't be bothered to change it. Now I'm going to show you something in this video that I've probably not shown you before. Now I'm just going to look at 500 draws, and I'm going to ignore the store numbers for this. Now let's go back even further. Right, after 300 draws, this is what the chart looked like, and then after say 500 draws, notice that the frequency axis is getting wider, the numbers are getting more spread out. After 800 draws, it's like this. And then we go up to the present day, which is at 1190 draws, and it's now spread out this much, goes right across the screen. And I found a video on YouTube which is about something to do with probabilities, so it's relevant to what I'm doing because this is about probabilities, and this is looking at the position of particles moving in a straight line. And I'm just going to play this video so you can see these are the particles. Look how they spread out over time, and the interesting thing about that is they're spreading out randomly, and this is a visualization of quantum mechanics, and the equations for this or like really complicated equations that, you know, I haven't really studied. But it's just interesting that something in quantum mechanics matches up with what I'm doing, and it's the way the numbers spread out randomly. The interesting thing about that is that it's all to do with probabilities, and so I think that might be relevant to what I'm doing. But anyway, we know that in the next draw it's going to be a machine 2, or should I say machine 11, and it's going to be a set of balls 9, and so looking at the analyzer we can see which numbers stand out on the charts for each of these scenarios. So looking at machine 2, that's a chart I was looking at a minute ago where we saw that 47 was most overdue for its frequency, and on the main chart it's most overdue. So 47, quite an interesting choice. That's what numbers it points to. Notice number 9 is one of the most frequent with 47, and it also stands out on the main chart and with machine 2 as well. So when we look at star number 9, that points quite strongly to main number 16, and when we look at 16, that points to 27 as the most overdue. And I keep putting these two numbers on together, 16 and 27, waiting for them to come out, and I've been waiting forever. Those two numbers haven't been out since draw 12. Anyway, the number to bet on for the one number up pick strategy at the moment is number 44. The last win was when 14 come out, so we're up to 6 draws now. If 44 don't come out in this draw, I'm going to have to start putting 2 lines on to cover the losses and make a profit. If it does come out now, we're going to make a measly profit of £1 since the last win. So anyway, number 44, because it's most overdue for its frequency on the main chart, so that's another one to pick. 27 came out in the last draw as well, but I'm going to put it on again for this draw. And when we look at the gap chart for 27, this is the gap chart for number 27. The current gap being 1, which means a consecutive occurrence. And these are not numbers on this chart, these are gaps between occurrences. And what should happen is the smaller gaps should move to the left and the larger gaps should be on the right. And so as you can see, the gap of 1 has only occurred 9 times, whereas the gap of 2, 15. And that's completely wrong, because the gap of 1 should occur twice as many times as the gap of 2, for the simple reason that you can fit twice as many gaps of 1 into any number of draws as gaps of 2. So it's just very much overdue for a consecutive occurrence, looking at that. So judging by that, I'd say the chances of 27 coming out again in the next draw are very high. So those are the numbers that I'm going to pick. And also number 10, most frequent star number, is most overdue for its frequency to occur with 44, since the star numbers went up to 12, looking at all machines and sets of balls, and it stands out with machine 2 and set of balls. No, hang on, just right, it stands out with machine 2 and star number 9, not set of balls 9, star number 9. So I'm thinking about putting star number 10 on for that reason. Also, star number 8 stands out with star number 9, and it's most overdue with machine 2. So maybe star number 8 will come out instead of star number 10. I'm not sure about that. Oh yeah, that points to 47 as well actually, so that's interesting. And 13 stands out with 47, and oh yeah, we haven't looked at number 20 yet. 20 is most overdue for its frequency. Well, that's in recent history, so I can ignore that. But anyway, we've got 47 standing out with that and that. So 24 stands out with machine 2 and 27, and 44 and no machines and sets of balls. So let's look at numbers that 24 points to. So that's those numbers. But anyway, I think I've picked enough numbers now. So let's see what coincidences we will get if those numbers come out. It would look like that. So that looks pretty reasonable. So I'll probably just put these numbers on for tonight, and no doubt I won't win anything. Don't seem to be having much luck at the moment. But anyway, here's the main chart at the moment, so you can see where all the numbers are. A few things I've noticed is that when you get numbers all bunched up together, there's a good chance that one of the numbers will drop. And because there's 50 numbers and 5 of them are going to be drawn, you know that for any 10 numbers there's likely to be one that'll be drawn out of every 10. So if you draw a box around any 10 numbers, chances are you've got one of the winning numbers in that box. So, you know, you could draw a box anywhere. The numbers I'm going for, let me just see what it would look like if they came out. So first of all, this is where the numbers are that I've picked. So I've got 47 there, 44 there, some others in the middle. And this is what it would look like if they came out. If they came out, it would look like that. Looks pretty reasonable, seems to be consistent with the pattern that's already there, if there is a pattern. Just looks like chaos to me, but you can see these kind of diagonal lines going across and things like that. Now let's look at the star numbers. Since they went up to 12, and we can eliminate the main numbers for this. So there's number 9 at the top, most overdue. It's also most overdue for its frequency. and number 8 is just there in the middle, so you can see where they are, and let's see how it would change if they come out. That's how it would look if they came out, so that's how it would change. So those are my numbers for tonight's draw. It's now 17 minutes past 6. By the time I've uploaded this, it'll probably be about 6:30, and that'll give you 20 minutes to watch the video, and then another 40 minutes to pick your numbers and buy a ticket. So let me know in the comments if this video helps you to win on the EuroMillions tonight. Also, let's have a look at the store numbers for machine 2. That's where they are. Oh look, 8's most overdue, 9's one of the most overdue for its frequency, and one of the most frequent as well. So you can see why I'm picking those numbers. And if we look at the main numbers for machine 2, this is the chart for the recent history, and then we've got the chart for the full draw history, which is more spread out, and that looks like this. So here's the numbers that I've picked on this chart. That's where they all are, and so if they come out, then it will change to look like this. So pretty consistent with the existing pattern, and if the store numbers I've picked came out, then it would look like this. On the store number side, it would look like this. So that looks pretty good to me. So that's my choice of numbers for tonight's draw, and good luck with your selection of numbers. Hopefully you'll get the winning numbers, and if you do, let me know in the comments. So good luck and bye for now.